ending this interview here in the circus of the Crane household.
Well,
Hi.
we could go.
Yvonne?
Oh dear.
I was going to get your pictures before.
These are the 50s that Aaron and I dished out today.
Yes, I know.
We were getting ready for this. It was pretty neat, a fun time.
Is Steve, is that
There's Grammie on our big night.
Yes.
Where is it?
I bet she's excited.
Well, I'll tell you in a
You have
minute.
to excuse my lobsterness.
Blow my nose. I'll be back.
This will cost you $25. This will cost you $25. You know that. You want? You pay attention?
We are here to interview you right now.
You are here to interview me right now? My name is John J. Savoloni, and all I've been doing is hanging around the house.
Surprise.
So therefore, I'm here under false pretenses. They all think that I'm married to that woman that you've seen around here, running around by the name of Ruth.
But that's a lie.
That's a lie. I've been chasing her for a long time, but I never caught up with her.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's a little, difficult. What have you got to say for yourself there, Smiley?
Yeah, but that isn't the score.
She's not to be spoken to during this filming.
She's a dummy in the act?
Yes.
I see. You're the speaking part?
I am.
I see. Do you take turns?
No,
You don't?
no.
I see. Well, wait a minute. We're having an interview here. You're liable to be in trouble. What else would you like to know in this wonderful December 27th anniversary date?
We just wanted to know your feelings. How excited are you right now?
I am very excited.
Look who's here!
Look who's here.
It's David and Deborah.
David and David Deborah.
Gotta get out of the way of the camera girl.
I knew he'd bring a camera. I knew he'd just bring a camera. That's all there was to it.
Kara. That's great.
Seeing stars. Hey, Red.
Hey! So anyways, as we were saying,
What was your question?
how excited are you on this night?
Years ago, they told me that I had fibrillation of the heart. And they said I probably had it for a good many years. And what they didn't realize that I'd been married a good many years. So every time my wife came into view, I had fibrillation of the heart. So they thought that this was going to be one of those. Hi, Ed. How are you?
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. It's a pleasure to see
Real
you.
dapper this evening.
Well, I don't know about that, but it's nice to be here.
Yes.
We got all our relatives scattered around here, and this character is interviewing to get me into trouble.
Okay.
Can you think of
Looks
anything
like she's
else?
gonna videotape you or something.
Well, she might.
Oh,
She might. Good to see you, Ed.
Anyways,
So, anyway, so there, Ed, I went to the doctor, and they put you on one of these things where they show your heart and all this other thing, and flip, flip, flip.
I saw you throwing like this, see we were throwing.
Hey, you don't have palpation of the heart. So they gave me a medicine for it. Then I went home to Ontario.
High school or?
Flip, flop, flip, flop, flip, flop, flip, flop.
She's a sophomore this year, but she was the only freshman last year at the varsity.
Something's wrong.
If she could, she'd
I
play.
went back to see the doctor in Idaho. And he says, you've had this long as you
I
thought.
played baseball.
I said, I think you got the wrong idea.
Mound is 40 feet.
And every time I see Ruth, my heart goes flip, flop, flip, flop, flip, flop.
oh, that was a cute story.
True.
What's the last name? McCracken. You've been putting it off for too long.
Don't face this direction. She's nervous.
Okay, what are we supposed to do here?
Kids today.
We're supposed to
You're actually in the way.
Yes, right.
Okay, well, where is it?
You just scoot off that way.
I gotta go find him. I gotta go find David.
Okay, let me go get the
They go flat.
doing a good job.
Well, let's go and see who is there empty seats in there?
Mom wants a picture first.
Oh, that's
He does?
a good idea.
Oh, okay, sorry.
They look kind of colorful.
Sorry.
He's the photographer.
Wait a minute, Karen.
Hey, Mom.
Can't look everywhere.
Here again. Karen, I'm taking a picture of you. Taking a picture.
I know, that's what I'm doing too. That's really neat. Look at the nice bow tie Uncle Wayne is wearing. Pretty neat.
I'm a big fan of it myself. I'm also a big fan of that. And I'm a huge fan of Uncle David and Aunt Deborah. They're so cute, and so are Grammie and Grandpa, and we get to sit right by them.
See, that's special.
Somebody already has.
David, my friend Edith.
He wants a kiss, Mom.
Sweetheart, everybody, let's just sing it with them and really sing it aloud. Happy anniversary. Everybody now. Anniversary, folks.
What'd you do?
Yeah, I'm a coming.
Well, I got something. Some of you were here 10 years ago. I don't remember exactly when we celebrated our 40th anniversary. And Stephanie and Karen, I know where Karen is, were 6 and 8 at the time. We have 2 other granddaughters in Minnesota. who could not be here tonight because of that Y2K deal. But at that time, 10 years ago, the four of them, they were here saying Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Erin has heard about that, how her cousins ended up saying, Erin was here 10 years ago, but she was 7 months old. So she thought she was going to make up for it tonight. I just wanted to say that. David wasn't here 10 years ago.
No, they haven't been 7 women here for years. We want to thank all the good folks for coming. So, enjoy that. You can't hear me, Les? Can you hear me now? Now, here's this. We feel that we are the most fortunate people in the world because we've got through 50 years of marriage and we still love each other very, very deeply.
Oh, God.
One of the things that impresses me more than anything else that I've ever experienced in my life, and I've studied human nature, I've been in sales, I've been involved in a lot of things, and trying to figure out why people do what they do when they do. And I don't know the answer. And we are very, very fortunate that we have a marvelous group of people here that I think somewhere know the first of all, I'd like to go back, if I may, just take a minute to digress. When I met Ruthie for the first time, I was going to the University of Mass, and she was teaching school in Amherst. And I elected to take her home to her folks way the hell and gone up in Newport, Vermont. Someone came to Montreal. And I met her parents. Axel, who was a wonderful, wonderful man, who used to be a stone cutter. You know what a stone cutter is? That's a man who carved stone. He was a big Steve.
Louder, Frank.
At that time, they didn't
Frank, turn it on.
on.
Turn the mic on.
I'm trying to talk to But he thought it would be insidious if you put on, masks and things like that to dilute the things that's going into a system. And he ended up with silicosis. And the poor man with about 200 something pounds went down to 115 pounds before he died in the sanitarium. Because at that time, in the sanitarium, they used to link together silicosis and TB patients. They didn't know anybody. But what a wonderful, wonderful guy he was, but he never really said too much one way or the other. Now it's Rudy's mother, Olga, was a force of another color. And when I first met her, I thought, oh boy, we're in trouble. You know what? I got to be her favorite son-in-law. She had 4 daughters. My children were married, and I was a favorite son-in-law. To this day I have to figure out how the hell I did it. Anyway, the thing about it is that years ago, my dad told me when we worked together very closely, he said, when and ready you get married, or get ready to get married, pick a gal with character. Boy, did I get a character.
Did you write that, Rosie?
Now, when I got out of college, I was very, very fortunate because I got the job that I wanted. We moved to Montpelier, Vermont. I don't know how many people here have been in Montpelier, Vermont. Montpelier, Vermont has a total population of 8,000 people when the legislature is not in action. And they have a town meeting. And old Mr. Hartshorn used to sit up in the front row. And I can recall this for 3 years in a row. They come up with the issue of fluoridating the water so you could reduce the dental caries that you have. Old Mr. Hartshorn put his hand up. Yes, Mr. Hartshorn, what is it you want today? I want to know a few answers. If I use the bathroom, do I use some of that fluoride? Yep. If I use the sink to wash my hands and face, do I lose some of that fluoride? Yes. If I bath or I take a shower, do I lose some of that? Yes. You know, it took them 3 years to get fluoride in the water up there. However, by the same token, shortly after that, we had a situation develop that the first takeover was going to be in my company. And I didn't know where the hell I stood, one way or the other. I did know that my wife, being a former teacher, took care of our kids marvelously because she had a statement that was without parallel, probably something that should be still adhering to today. And that's when the kids get out of school and come home. And they go in the front door and they say, "Hey Mom, you know what happened today? Somebody Saturday day." And she was there all the time. I was gone all the time. Now, eventually, the next thing that happened, we had to move to the Midwest. We went to Minneapolis. When I got out, going out to Minneapolis, we were looking for a place to stay. And I remember one time I was staying at the middle of a little motel that's no longer there in Minneapolis. And I went down to St. Olive's Church on a Sunday. And when I walked in, I looked at the priest who was saying the mass, and he had to be a fullback from Notre Dame because he was shoulders all the way down, you know. And he got up to the pulpit and he said, "Before I read the gospel, I have a joke to tell. Now, coming from state old New England, there's no cotton picking way you'd ever do that." And when he told the joke and everybody laughed, I thought, boy, this is the place we want to be. And we were there for a delightful 7 years. Again, I relied on Ruth to make sure the kids were behaving themselves and take care of it, because I was all over. I went to North Dakota, South Dakota, Eastern Montana, Saskatchewan, Manitoba, all the way through. In fact, it was very interesting, where's Dave Fluke?
Right here.
Yeah. Okay. I heard about Dave Colucci from all my kids over and over and over. Mr. Colucci this, Mr. Colucci that. And we never met Dave Colucci until they come down here looking for a place years and years later. And what a tremendous amount of respect they had for you, Dave. This is very good. So again, when we get into these things and we think about all the changes that can occur to us over this 50-year period that we're involved in, we think, oh, you could do this, you could do that. Ruth and I talked about it a couple of years ago, and we said, if we had an opportunity to do those same decisions over again, would we do it the same? I think we would. I think we would. Because we got a wonderful family. We got wonderful grandchildren. We're down here with all you very affluent people. So therefore, I mean, what else can you ask for? So I'm all for it. Now, as far as we're concerned, when we moved around different places, we were very, very fortunate that Ruthie allowed me to devote my full time to doing the job that we should do out there in the road. And we run a lot of wonderful trips. We've been to Europe, we've been to Spain, we've been to Hawaii, we've been on cruises, all this sort of thing, long before we retired, because we weren't so damn trips. And it was pretty damn nice. But at the same time, you have to stop and think about it, that why did this happen? It happened because somebody planned it that way. unfortunately, we ran the plan for the ball. The other thing I'd like to say to you is this, that I want to say. I got out in Idaho. We're up in Ontario. We sold our interest in the business up there. Ruth is still up in Idaho. I went to Idaho. I used to put on sales meetings all across North America and, Canada and the United States. And Bill Roberts out there at Twin Falls, Idaho. You know where? What's her name tried to jump across the... What the hell is that? Eagle Knievel tried to get across the river. Okay, I went to see Bill. I didn't know he was dying of cancer. I ended up buying his dealership. Now, he had a partner, and I kept the partner working for us. We get down into Utah. Now, in Utah, if any of you people out travel out that way, there's a lot of Mormons out there. Now, we go in, we have a meeting scheduled, we have about 200 people. This partner of Bill is there to introduce me. When they came out and brought all these different things for the meal, they had carafes 2 or 3 years of wine around here, water and milk. They don't drink coffee, they don't drink tea, they don't drink any alcoholic beverage. What they do is they use this water and milk. So now, the meal progresses, they come out with these scones and everybody eats them like crazy, they're marvelous. But my man that was working for me, who had been trying to get up and introduce me. And I got up and I said, we got about 200 customers in here. And I got up and I said, I'm looking forward to meeting each and every one of you. I spent quite a few years up in Ontario, where I met some wonderful farmers up there. And I also had great delight in sitting down in their kitchen and having a cuppa. And when I got to the cuppa, I knew damn well that I put my foot in it because they don't drink coffee, see? But they accepted it, and that's all over to it. After that. The other thing I want to just mention very quickly is that, when we all look about each other, we say, can we do this and can we do that? I'd like to say that Ruth and I, last week, had sex almost every day last week.
How do you like that? Huh?
That's new. That was new. I told you there's nothing new all the
He's been saving up for a long time.
Statistics tell us that people indicate that men are going to die long before women. And if I die before women, I'm going to be up in heaven looking for a place for women.
I think Ruth deserves equal time.
It's amazing. All the time everybody was saying, I can't hear. Then all of a sudden he talked about sex and everybody the whole room lit up. Anybody else in the family want to say anything?
Yes.
Please. Are you? This is the daughter and the chairman of the board, Jeannie.
All right. I did want to just second something that my dad said and add to it a little bit. And I know you guys are all sitting here listening to a lot of yak, and you're probably ready to turn in by now. However, let me make just a couple of comments. One is that and we have one brother who's not here, I think was mentioned. There were 4 of us kids, and it's true, as my dad said, that our mom was always there. You know, when we came home from school, there was somebody there. And I just want to thank her for that. And I will say for all of you moms out there who are there, I want to give you a big round of applause. The other thing I want to add to that is, you know, being a parent myself, I've finally figured out that there isn't any right way to do it. I mean, you're just not going to get it perfect. So I'm not going to tell you my parents were perfect parents. But we did have a good combination in terms of my dad being the one who, you bring home the report card, you got an A-, why wasn't it an A? And it made us strive, it made us work. And our mother was always in our corner. You know, it didn't matter, you could bring home anything, and you knew your mother's there for you. And that's real important too, and it was a great combination, so thanks again. A little commemorative poem for the occasion that I hope you'll enjoy. This is called the 50th Anniversary Celebration. And it's a little historical poem, you might say. Helga Viola Reith Crane were my grandmother's most magnificent names. Her parents were from Sweden and had settled in Gardner, Mass, by the way. And it was somewhere near there Helga Vi met her partner. His name was James Bernard, known to most as J.B., and they ended up marrying in 1917. J.B. was of Irish Catholic descent, and with respect to family size, you know what that meant. You'd think having babies was their favorite hobby, with Jim, Gladys, Frank, Louise, Billy, and Bobby. My father is Frank, a nickname for Francis, a name for a man sure to draw sideways glances. But soon Nibs was the settled upon appellation. To shorten my story, I'll defer explanation. At just 16 years old, Nibs got his high school degree, and shortly thereafter, he shipped out to sea. After the war, young Frank went to college to learn dairy science and other great knowledge. It was right there in Amherst, some call it fate, that he met my mom, Ruth, on a genuine blind date. And that's the truth. Ruth's father was Swedish, her mother Norwegian. And once in the U.S., they settled in a region of delightful cold winters. What more could they want than to find a Scandinavian climate in the state of Vermont? So Axel and Ogat, not long after they married, started a family, as was then customary. One after the other, 4 bundles of joy. And wasn't it something, not one was a boy. My mother was raised as both Svenska and Yankee, and the outcome quite clearly impressed our young Frankie. She was strong and good-looking, with Scandinavian vitality, and frugal and smart with Vermont practicality. So why did Ruth come to Massachusetts to teach? I suspect it had something to do with their speech, Snobby. No doubt she was challenged by the language she heard. The way those folks dropped all the R's off their words. Like hosses and banyas and hot in the car. Vermonters consider those sounds quite bizarre. Now, you just can't deny a leopard his spots, so those pronunciation lessons amounted to naught. But in spite of the R's that were all left unsaid, in 1949, Frank and Ruthie were wed. They moved to Vermont, where Frank worked for Cherry Burl, and before long they had 3 little boys and a girl. My favorite part's coming up. Stevie and Johnny and Jeannie and David. Model children they were, and so well behaved. In less than 5 years, they had these 4 little tykes, and then Frank brought home their Basset Hound Mike. 5 days out of 7, Ruth cared for them all. When Frank came home Friday, she'd just about climbed the walls. Frank then took a job in Minnesota to sell harvest stores to farmers, which he did very well. Then on to Ontario 7 years later, where Frank's sales management skills became even greater. The kids are now scattered north, south, and Midwest. Ruth and Frank have retired for a well-deserved rest. They play lots of golf in the Florida sun, where Ruth has perfected a strong hole-in-one. They've now been together a full 50 years, sharing fun and frustrations, their hopes and their fears. They've embraced all life's lessons with gusto so far, and over the years, Frank's even learned to say ours. So we're thrilled to be a part of this 50-year celebration. Ruth and Frank, we salute you with great admiration. Aaron, if you can find the baskets, Aaron is going to pass out to you a copy of that poem. And we'll ask if you are part of a couple who live in the same household that you just take one, because we have not quite enough for every single person. Not that you're afraid that we're not
It sure was. It took a lot of thought to have that
Jane, all right. Jane was nice enough to call. A couple of little things that happened to you. No, she thought you might enjoy it. I'll try to talk as loud as I can so you can hear me. Can you hear me now loud and clear over there? There's nothing forever the matter with me.
That's enough. One per family.
I can be. I have arthritis in both my knees, and when I talk with the weakness. My pulse is weak and my blood is thin, but I'm awful well, the shape I'm in. My teeth will eventually have to come out. My diet I have to think about. I'm overweight and I can't get thin, but I'm awful well, the shape I'm in. I think my liver is out of whack, and a terrible pain is in my back. My hearing is poor and my sight is dim, but I'm awful well for the shape I'm in. I have arch supports for both of my feet, or I wouldn't be able to go out on the street. I have sleeplessness night after night, and in the morning I look up light. My memory's failing. My head's in a spin. I'm practically living on aspirin, but I'm awful well for the shape I'm in. The moral is, as this tale will unfold, that for you and me who are growing old, it's better to say that I'm fine with a grin than to let folks know the shape we're in. Produce copies of her little dissertation, and we have copies of this. Here we go. If you want them. If you don't want them, forget it. Thank you very much, folks. We really appreciate it.
Is there anyone else that'd like to speak or say anything here? I'd say I parked my car also. Everybody's cool. I hope you all had a wonderful time. We're going to play a few more songs and enjoy.
Here we are at the beach. It's my last night here. We're going to watch the sunset. And it's time for Aunt Jeannie's interview, which she's been putting off for 2 days now. So I think it's going to be pretty good, and we're pretty